Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
You look good, Sam.
Thank you, Zach. We're live. Welcome to Broken, episode 19.
I'm gonna say it again.
That is a weird way to start the stream. I appreciate
like a whole back.
It's okay. The ads will take it out.
I appreciate the compliment. I don't know.
Ramblin's always looking good. What you talking about?
I don't know what to say to that. Thank you.
Confirmed, Ramblin cannot take compliments.
Cannot.
Correct.
Gotta hit him with the Keanu Reeves response.
Yes.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. Yeah. All right. So we've been out of here for a little while. So why don't we do this? We're gonna go through the voice chat. You can tell us who you are, what you do, all that good stuff, as is
And
our
somebody ate my
routine. So Dank, we'll start with you.
Yeah. I'm Dank. I'm the guy who does the things with the gun people. Also, I do a lot of like social infiltration type stuff and am overall very sneaky and duplicitous.
Sneaky and duplicitous indeed. And if you're wondering why, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're wondering why Danks just said, I'm the bruh with the bruh who bruhs the people, you can check out the the Patreon and you can see the uncensored version of that. He does all the things. He unalives people in Minecraft as you do.
The force multipliers.
With force multipliers, yes.
For some odd reason, that's YouTube friendly.
Yeah.
Improvised entertainment devices.
Yeah.
There we go.
Party poppers.
It doesn't sound dubious at all.
Thanks, Nick. I'm not being sarcastic. Thanks for introducing yourself. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Gerblin.
Sup, I'm Gerblin. I play Enigma, who is still very much an enigma to everybody. We'll see what happens next.
The namesake fits.
Does indeed. That was kind of the point.
Right on. Thank you, Gerblin. It looks like Aqua Busy's in the chat. Aqua Busy's from the institution. Thanks for stopping in. He's pushing for affiliate. And it looks like he hit it. He might have it tomorrow, but go check out his stream. And help him get affiliate. Gotta show that support. Absolutely. Thanks, man. Better together. All right. Liz. Nayla, Caitlin. Tell us who you are, what you do.
All right. So I'm Caitlin. I play Liz. She is essentially a emotionless almost robot. She has a lot to learn in the emotional aspect. She's very sneaky. She can go invisible, sneak up behind you, and unalive you in Minecraft when you least expect it.
Sneak on up and beef in your salad.
Yep.
Ew.
It would be bad for a vegetarian.
Her motto is do what the master wants, get a higher pay grade, climb up the chain of command.
All right. Fair enough.
Because even in space Australia, you can't escape the corporate ladder.
Correct.
This is the
Fucking
case.
Space capitalism.
Not wrong.
Space capitalism.
Sort of buy bananas after this is over with.
Space bananas.
From space.
From space.
Thank you.
It's like the
Caleb.
opening to Space Dandy.
Mori, Narcissa, tell us who you are, what you do.
I play the character Narcissa. She's extremely scarred up. She's one of the doctors of the group. Currently on a bit of a trip. Not
Yes.
enjoying it.
Yes.
You know, from so much candy.
Yeah. Sugar high. There we go.
Narcissa
Did you eat
is
some watermelons before the?
Yeah.
Narcissa is suffering from hallucinations after being infected with the spore that you guys have been breathing in. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We ended last session with your hallucination, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starting to get a little worse.
Yeah. Yep. It's gonna get a lot worse, don't worry. Zach. Tell us who you are, what you do.
Hi, I'm Zach. I play Jeb, and just like my character, I am running off of half a brain cell.
Like that old DVD screen player, when it hits the corner, he gets a thought.
Yep. I was just about to say that.
Jeb is has a crippling addiction to bananas, and
Yeah.
I used my long improvised specialty device to unalive things from far away.
The gifts you guys are sharing in the Discord are ridiculous.
It's like a point and click adventure.
Yes,
You
it is.
gave us
You
Something
unalive
happens
things
when he
from
points
far
and
away.
clicks.
And
you gave us a chat called Chaos. Did you
And-
expect anything less?
and people like to always bring up that Jeb can't read. Here's my theory on it, and you guys feel free to let me know what you think. I think that Jeb can't read the cuneiform, and that's what we've been seeing everywhere with this group. I think, and maybe he only reads English or something. I don't know. Up to you, Zach. It's just something that popped in my head.
Yes.
He's like, yes, that gets me a good out. I'm not as stupid as you all think.
Bruh, it was a random roll. It just happened to put it on tails.
And we will give you for the rest of the game.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
This
I can't
side
read or
can't
write
stop
English.
me.
Can't read or
You
write
mean
English.
cuneiform.
Whatever. My brain
Red
can
on
get
your
longer.
gas mask, my dude.
I have math good.
Okay, thank you, Zach. You can check him out at twitch.tv/TeamZack, where he's
Wow.
playing things like Power Wash.
Grounded. Power Wash Simulator. Phasmophobia.
He's drawing on
Bruh.
fountains. In
Oh,
Power
just so you have to edit this out.
Wash. Thanks, Zach. Wolfy.
Power washing huge. Massive.
He does this.
That was
Zach,
a lot more bruhs, I heard.
Zach does this on purpose.
Mhm.
Oh, totally. 100%.
Massive, bruh, and bruh.
Oh man, it's gonna take so long to edit this.
I need you to clip out when he said bruh and just use that.
I'm down. Do you want a clear soundbite?
Yeah, record yourself saying bruh and send it to me.
Bruh.
No, No, not here. Like, send me a separate file. I don't want to have to go into the video and pull it out. It's too much work.
Here, look, I'll personally make a video right.
I'm gonna make a button for Zach saying bruh. That's what I'm gonna do. Just like I have all the other buttons.
The button.
I mean, I could just do it live, I guess, right? Like just do the Bill O'Reilly and do it live.
Bruh.
Tide goes in, time comes out, never miscommunication. And you can't explain that.
All right. Okay, Wolfy, tell us who you are.
Here's
What
your
you do.
video.
I don't want to look at. I'm afraid to look at whatever Zach is.
I think it's just bruh.
It is.
Bruh.
Stop! I just
All right.
the
Bef-
way.
So-
Wait.
so-
The way he zooms in.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
zoom in at all. It's just my triple chin at action.
So before Wolfy introduces himself, you can, to see all this insanity, you can join the Discord. It's public now. There's a link down below if you're watching on YouTube. I can get you the link for you Twitch people now. Give me 1 second. The question is, do you want to put up with this?
Yes.
I mean,
You don't have to be insane to join, but we'll help you get there.
it will help for sure. Here you can join the chaos here. Thank you, Gerblin. All right, Wolfy, tell us who you are, what you do.
Well, I'm Wolfy, and I play Disrupt, also known as Dis, and I have a nightmare snake. I think that's really all that needs to be said. No, but really. I'm the other doctor on the team, and I am mostly crazy, but in the good way. Everything is nice, because I come from a nightmare, so really anything is good.
Yeah, you're the only one who's like, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad, being stranded in a train car dangling above a chasm with no power and an infection spreading amongst the people in the cabin. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's a normal Tuesday in the nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Thank you, Wolfy. All right, so when we talked about it a little bit, but what happened last time on Broken? What is going on with you guys right now? I know Dank wasn't here. Dank, what you missed last game was you were just a little bit out of it, and you coughed up some blood.
Neat.
I think that is, you basically were sitting there lost in thought, trying to figure out a way out of this. Maybe you lost track of time a little bit, got stuck in a daydream. Everyone else has sort of been freaking out. Well, mostly Mori, Narcissa, I mean, and the stranger. Tell us what happened last game.
Well, we definitely knocked him completely and utterly unconscious.
Again.
Yeah, for I don't know how many times. 3, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then we hogtied him.
Yeah,
Don't forget he tried to jump in
He did.
between one of those knockouts and getting hogtied.
Yeah.
And knocked me out of the cart with him.
And we saw what, in my brain, I am remembering as some sort of weird skittering spider creature.
You saw lights.
really know
It may
what it
not
was.
have been, but yeah, there was some sort of creature. My brain interpreted this as, like,
Maybe
creepiness.
Yeah, it's creepy. It could be a spider for sure. There were lights in the darkness. So Stranger was, his spores were kicking in. He started rambling about the answer to all your questions being here and some beautiful song he was hearing, and
He was getting that bad buzz.
yeah, he was having he took the brown acid. He was saying, you know, that the reason that you all were here was out there making
Outside
that
the
song.
thing, yeah.
And that he, everything could be fixed if he could just get to the source of the song he was hearing. A few others in the group started to hear the song too, but didn't get compelled by it quite like he did. And he tried to leap from the cabin, and Narcissa.
Well, he succeeded in leaping from the cabin.
Yeah.
He just didn't get far afterwards.
Yeah. And Narcissa grabbed a hold of him, and they both went tumbling out the door. But Narcissa was tied off by the rope, right?
Yeah.
Fucking God.
And you were dangling over this chasm, and looking down, he was like stretching out his arms, trying to get to whatever he was hallucinating in the darkness. And then Narcissa looked down there and saw the two glowing lights, sort of like two pale lights, pale white, pale blue lights down below in the chasm, sort of seemingly staring back up at you or whatever. He was screaming at you to let him go, just let him fall down to them. You wouldn't do it. Then you pulled him back up. You saw the lights sort of start to flitter off into the darkness, leaving like a trail behind them, tracer trail. And you got pulled back into the cabin, and then they promptly tied you up, right?
Well, I asked them to, but yeah.
Yeah.
At least they didn't knock you unconscious.
Not yet.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair.
I'm not spouting stupid shit.
Not trying to leap out of the cabin.
Yeah, you folks did manage to scavenge some supplies from the train car a couple episodes back with the rations and the rope and all that stuff. And
Oh, it's terrifying.
I hate it.
I don't know what they're talking about, guys. I haven't looked.
The chaos.
More chaos, I presume. Yes. Okay. Wow, lots more chaos. Oh, that is pretty creepy. Yeah. So, and then we left off last time with Narcissa hallucinating that she was on a ship floating in the ocean. What else was going on in the hallucination? There was like a storm happening. And you could hear a song in the distance. Is that right?
Yes.
And that's how we ended the session. So, are you guys ready to jump back in?
I couldn't stop hearing the song either.
You couldn't stop. Yes. That is correct. You cannot stop hearing the song now. Oh boy. That's not the song we want. Let's do this one. Alright, let me bring you guys over to the page we are on. Again here. And a couple things I just want to take note of. I'm going to put some markers on people just so it's easy for me to identify who we know has sort of succumbed to the effects of the spore. So I'm going to use a green dot.
Get ready to add another.
And yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there in a second. I'm not rolling against you yet, Dis, but you are certainly next on the list.
This is a reminder for everybody at home. I haven't been wearing my mask the entire time.
Yes. Narcissa, so Stranger got exposed when he went up and got breathed in a bunch at once. He got exposed first. Then Narcissa got exposed when she went up and started working on the machinery that was covered in the spores with her bare hands and kind of cut herself up a little bit. And it got into her bloodstream that way. Dis, you were certainly like getting some of the effects. You're probably starting to hear the music already. but you're not overcome by the sort of hallucinations and stuff yet.
I've been purposefully not listening to things.
Yeah. You can feel something in your system, but you're managing to keep yourself together, keep yourself lucid. I don't know if you're doing like mental exercises or what, or if you're just used to this. Maybe you've done a lot of what's the, oh man, I'm spacing on the name of the smokable stuff that they use in the Umbra. Kraj, thank you. Maybe you've built up a tolerance by doing a lot of Kraj. I don't know.
No, I kind of had a lot of experimentation on me in the nightmare, so...
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
And it was worse than Crash. It was the stuff they smoked in the 80s.
Thank you, Dank. All right, so we'll start off back with Narcissa on that same ship as you hear a song in the distance. There's a crash of waves against the vessel that shoots a bunch of water up in the air over the deck. The boat's just made of wood, and yeah, you're floating in like the sea, and there's like big powerful waves, storms going, rain's coming down, big dark clouds overhead, all that good stuff, all that nice imagery. And as the waves crash against the boat and the water shoots up, washes over the deck, it reveals a figure. When the water sort of, and the mist it brings sort of dissipates. And you see a silhouette of a man standing in front of you. Bald head as your eyes adjust. Sunglasses. Just staring at you in a emotionless stare. Almost frowning. Maybe a bit disappointed. What do you do?
Narcissa is going to check herself for her scalpels.
You check for your scalpels. Alright. Make a roll. I don't know that any skill would apply to this.
Normal roll.
Yeah. Success. Alright, you find a scalpel in your pockets.
She is going to tuck it up the sleeve of her jacket and wait and see what he does.
Are you trying to hide it? Maybe like a stealth check?
Would that be normal or contested?
It would be contested. Yeah.
I don't think she has. I have one in deception. Would that help?
Sure, I'll allow it. He's got his sunglasses on, so you can't tell that he's looking right at your hand as you tuck it in. But you might notice one of his eyebrows raise slightly. He doesn't say anything. There's like a pause. Yeah, he reaches up and like Geraldo from CSI Miami, he slowly takes the sunglasses off, very delicately folds them, and then he sort of tucks them on the collar of his shirt, and he sort of just stares at you with these cold, like steel eyes, and he says, do you have anything to say for yourself? Narcissa. Pay attention.
She's staring at him, but she's like biting her tongue, staying silent. Her spine is like ramrod straight.
You rat us out? To her. For what? You know how important our work is. Narcissa, what am I to do with you?
Can't afford to lose me.
Can't afford to keep you alive, it would seem. You cause too many problems for us.
Her finger is like flicking across the blade of the scalpel as she's getting agitated.
Well, you can try to stab me if you want. I don't think it will do you much good. Just another mess you can't clean up on your own, it would seem. Making
I can clean up my messes fine.
Oh, is that right? No, I don't think so, Narcissa. I think this is just like what happened at the Sisters. You lack self-control.
Discipline.
Conviction. Do we need to teach you again? I thought we had corrected this last time.
Her eyes narrow hard. Her like breathing is like rapid and out. No, you don't learn, do you? You just keep making these mistakes over and over again. You can't be trusted. What good is a vagabond that doesn't listen, that doesn't follow orders, that openly betrays us? No, if you had any self-respect, you'd throw yourself from this boat now. Save me the hassle of getting rid of you myself. She looks at the edge of the boat. Well, unfortunately, I think I'm gonna stay a thorn in your side. Well, you certainly better find a way to make up for your shortcomings. You're not You're not the only one in this group causing problems for us. She just raised a brow at that. Surprised? Really? Certainly you've seen it too. Who is this Enigma, anyways? Certainly they're not one of ours. You would know about them.
Figured maybe you sent him from another city.
Or they're part of some group trying to track us down, search out our operatives, get intel on us, find out what we know. There's a reason we keep our information secret. Luckily, you lot don't know anything useful. And what about Jeb? Hardly qualified to be one of ours. New one. But if you ask me, he's only slowing you all down. Might be best to cut the cord on that one. And Liz, too unpredictable. Makes a plan but can't stick with it. Good at staying hidden when she wants to, but enjoys going for the kill too much. Can't stop herself. Like you, lacks self-control. The only one truly doing what I want is Dank. Dis? Well, there's something off about Dis, isn't there? Reminds me of myself when I was lower in station. So I suppose I would know better than to trust that one. No, he's working on something. But Dank is a good soldier. Perhaps he's the one we'll let in when this is all over. Get a promotion coming his way. No more harsh treatment for that one. He's earned the respect. Why can't you do the same? Seems the only thing you respond to is punishment. Do we have to wipe your mind again? Is that what you want?
No.
Then do your job. Or save us the wasted time and resources. I tell you what.
So let me...
You take out one of these traders. Consider it a free addition to your collection. Maybe we'll consider keeping you alive. Or you could save us the trouble. Again, the edge of the boat is right there. I'm sure that it will be quicker than what we'll do to you if you don't hold up your end.
So this whole time we were all just fodder for Dank's promotion.
What, did you think you were actually important? That we had some true purpose for you? You can't control yourself for 5 minutes before turning us over to a machine.
The reason I joined you bastards was because you promised my research. My research you've been enjoying the fruits of.
Fruits. Yeah. So much it's done for the Enki. No, your research is a waste of time, Narcissa. It does nothing. You are just a body for us to hurl at the meat grinder. To see how it ticks. Maybe those we send in after will understand how to take it apart because of what you did. That is all. But it could be worse. You could make us angry, as you continue to do.
She's going to look down at her hands. And she's going to pay special attention to her coat. Is the coat getting wet?
No, the coat is not getting wet. And when you look back up, you're sitting in a train car. And you hear the sound of the wind blowing. And your hands are tied up again. Your head kind of hurts. There's probably a guy on the seat next to you passed out with a bump on his head.
Deuce, when you tied her up, did you tie her arms to the seat arms or just together?
Probably to the chair arms. I'd be staying relatively close by because I know not being able to scratch an itch is just the worst.
First thing I need to do is make a stress test, Narcissa. Let me set your DC. I rolled 5d6 there on that roll with Silas. Let me re-roll that. It should have been d4s. I don't know why I did that. Hey, he still won. It's fine. Alright, here's your stress test, DC. I did D6s again. Let me stop doing that. Bad habit.
Is the Dungeons and Dragons?
Probably is. There's a lot of D6s.
It's the Durgans.
Alright. This is a mental stress check.
Have anything that would help me.
Is there... Reroll that 4.
You gotta spend the influence point?
Yep. Spending it now.
Alright. I'll re-roll
I'm
the 4.
trying to help you!
Thank you.
Makes it a 1. That brings it down by 3 to a 9.
You're welcome!
I am going to spend one of the few influence points that I have to redo that.
Okay, I think this would be...
Oh.
Okay, alright. Alright, there you go. I was gonna say, I think this would be helplessness, probably? Because it's Silas, he's trying to... It's like you're a subconscious projection of Silas, like an amalgamation of all your fears of him. And he's trying to make you feel helpless, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Kind of afraid
makes
that
sense.
that's all going to happen to us now, and we're all going to try to kill each other.
I mean, you probably don't have to worry about that with Dis. I kind of already know how he's going to react if something like that happens.
Narcissa's head probably shot up as soon as she popped out of that hallucination, and then once she realizes she's back in the train car, probably like sags in relief and like drops her head back against the headrest, so she can't
Are you
move
all
her
right there?
hands.
Do you have an itch?
No, no itch. Like her voice is shaking.
Are you sure you're all right?
Hallucination, I think. Third one.
Fortunately, I guess it was just a matter of time.
I hope there's not another one like that.
Wish I could say there won't be, but there's a fairly high likelihood.
Well, it's a good thing I'm strapped down. That's all I can say.
Let me see here. Okay. Alright. Oh yeah, I was gonna roll these on the table from now on. This one doesn't count, but just make sure you guys can hear it.
Yes.
Such a satisfying
Yep.
sound.
It's audible.
Okay.
Can you do it again? Oh!
Alright, as long as
I think he just brought his pants.
Alright.
This is now an ASMR dice stream.
That's all we'll be doing from now on.
Goblin counts shiny math stones for 12 hours. ASMR.
Trying to click like.
So, Dank, you've been lost in thought. You lost track of the time. It's maybe been a couple hours since you played. Maybe.
Okay.
At most. You did cough up some blood into your hand. I'll let you decide what to do with that.
Do I have alcohol?
I don't know. Do you? Is it in your
I hope so.
inventory?
Let me
Not
check.
any in our rations.
Yeah, I don't think I have any listed. So that's gonna be a no for me, dog.
You'll have to buy some next time you're at a place.
Yeah,
that
like
says-
why do I not have booze? That is surprising.
I did try to give you guys time to pick up anything you wanted to pick up. Booze seems like
Yeah.
a no-brainer for you. I don't.
It really isn't like friggin'. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't buy booze. Oh, bruh,
We're
indeed.
distracted by the hookah.
Yeah, it's no. What about in the first aid kit? Is there like rubbing alcohol or an equal equivalent?
Yeah,
You're
that might-
not.
Dis would not let you have that.
No, you're
Jeb will.
not. No.
See, Jeb's got my back.
Considering I
shots
have
with
the
you.
first aid kit.
He does.
Yeah.
have the first aid kit.
Because I gave it to him.
Okay,
See that first
okay.
kid?
Think about it this way, though. What am I going to do with this blood on my hand?
Valid.
We know.
Lick it back up. It's fine.
No, I got to keep the gas mask on. How did I get blood in my hand
Oh,
when I
yeah.
was wearing
That
a
is
gas
also a
mask?
question.
That's fair. You had a gas mask on, so it would have coughed up on the inside of the gas mask then.
That's
Just lick your
freaking
gas mask. It's fine.
awful.
Yeah, maybe you saw it. Like it might actually. Now that you mention it, it probably would
If it's on the inside of the gas mask, it might impede your vision a bit unless you clean the gas mask. Which means you'd have to take it off.
Have you ever, legit question, have you ever worn a gas mask?
I have actually worn a gas mask, but these would be like some like futuristic style gas masks.
So they're less efficient because they're futuristic.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a fair
They've got
point.
like a HUD in them.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to see the HUD.
Well, what he's saying is, like with a normal gas mask, like an old style one, like the one I've worn, the mouth bit and the eye bit are sort of separated. So if like you coughed into it, it would just go into the mouth bit into like the filter.
Yeah.
Whereas these, I sort of imagine them as like a bigger eye window, but I will take that advice from Dank and say, sure, you cough the blood into your filter and into the mouth portion of it,
making it harder to breathe.
Actually, the blood making the filter wet would filter the air even more.
It would just be irony tinted.
Yeah, and I'm totally fine with that.
It probably wouldn't be like a huge amount of blood, but like if it was a lot of blood, once it like dried, it could cause some problems.
Well, I've got backup filters for the gas mask. So.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go into all that with you.
All right. So yeah, I got some blood on my gas mask filter. I've been lost in thought, thinking of how the hell we're gonna get out of this. There is rubbing alcohol in the med kit. There's also dangerous mushroom spores jamming up our business here.
Yeah.
You know what? Technically, I don't even need the rubbing alcohol. I've got explosives. I could deconstruct and use the gunpowder from that to create a flash powder. And then just burn away the fungus.
Narcissa's already cleaned out the brake system.
Why are we still stuck?
There's no electricity.
Okay. How is this thing powered? Is it like...
We went over that last time too, I think. So, remind me, fill in the blanks. There was like it was like an old trolley car for like city streets where there's like a wire that connects to like just is slightly off, not directly touching, but is slightly like a half inch or whatever, a milligram away from the rail, and then that gets the power from the rail or something like that, or a line that runs alongside the rail. And
so was the line...
That system on top of the train car was what was damaged. It was like fried, if I recall, by like a short or something like that.
So we
That's
just need something to fill in the gap on the short of the line.
Yes. Also, the lights in the area, like because on one side of the car you can kind of see the edge of the tunnel, like a few 100 feet away. But there were like lights on the edge of that tunnel, and those have like been flickering since the pulse or whatever that knocked the power out. So there could be
don't
like
a lot of the funguses here have like bioelectricity as well? So maybe when we impacted whatever was there, it sent out like an EMP and fried some stuff.
It's very good thinking.
Okay, so if that's the case, then it doesn't matter what we do, the shit's fried.
Potentially. Could always just like wait on Europa to come and bail you out, right? Now there was the repair bot that was sent out that fell, and then something hurled it back into the train car.
I'm gonna go examine the repair bot.
I think Narcissa
kind of tore it up in a fit of rage.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. It's probably got useful parts or components.
You pulled some stuff.
She has those on her. So you'll have to go to the tied up mad woman.
Just have a lot of pockets.
Duh, she's a doctor.
Alright, first things first, upon further realizing how people are tripping balls, I'm gonna
Just tied to a chair, by the way.
That's what's up. Kinky. I'm gonna use some duct tape and just like seal in my whatever the hell I'm wearing.
Like your clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, you got some duct tape on you. I think you'd pick some up, right?
Yes.
So yeah, use a little bit of it.
My sleeves and like my boot cuffs and everything.
Okay, and I'm imagining you're like putting gloves on and
Yes.
all that. Sure.
All right.
Probably wouldn't take a huge amount of duct tape, but
No, it really wouldn't. Maybe like just a foot total, really. Twice around the wrists and twice around the ankles.
the neck probably too. You want to connect it to your gas mask, right?
Well, wouldn't the gas mask be like hermetically sealed?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking like you don't want air to get into your neck, like where your collar is. That's all I'm thinking. If you're trying to. If you're trying to stop your skin from being exposed to the air at all, which seems like the goal.
Yeah, I'm gonna duct tape the collar of my coat to the gas mask as well.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. You like improvise a hazmat suit, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
You might have to like put a couple strips over, depending on how your shoes are made. You might, if they're like tied boots, you might put some like over the tongue on the outside of the boot or whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I use maybe like 2-3 feet of duct tape. Good thing they normally come in like 50-foot rolls.
Yeah.
All right, so got my improvised hazmat suit. Apparently Narcissa has the important components from the repair bot. She's all tied up, and I'm gonna go bother her and maybe rifle through her pockets if she's not cooperative.
Okay.
Cooperative as she wants, but she can't hand them to you. You or Diz are gonna have to fish them out either way.
Fair enough. So yeah, I'm gonna, move along the tram and be like, "Hey, I saw you were, ripping apart that repair bot. Did you find anything useful?"
Get us off of here.
I mean, like wiring, anything that could generate any kind of electrical charge.
Well,
All right, because if we've got copper plating, some wires, a container, and that rubbing alcohol, we could improvise like a bootleg battery to get some kind of charge running through that wire above.
there is I have a laser welding tool, but it needs a battery.
Right. I just want wiring and copper bits.
Nothing of that sort. I was after parts.
Don't let me interrupt you guys. You guys stop talking. Why? Why?
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
We're all collectively thinking.
I had it written down, but I never actually added them in, so I was working on typing it in.
Alright, so you don't have any of the parts I might need for this. I'm gonna go root around the robot.
Pliers and things if you want to protect your hands, though.
That would be appreciated. Which pocket?
She's gonna tell him.
Alright, I'm going to carefully, minimizing contact with her as much as possible, reach into that pocket and get out those pliers. And then I'm going to go and take them to the robot. Try to
Yeah,
scavenge.
she just has this look on her face like, what, do you think I'm gonna bite you?
No, you were up there with the fungus. Like, I don't want to get that on my clothes.
This has already claimed me.
Hmm. Better safe than sorry. So, yeah, do you want me to roll for rooting around the robot?
Are you just looking for additional components?
Yeah, just like bits of wire, metal plating, something that could be used to hold the liquid.
Sure, make a roll.
Cool.
Probably your mechanics might apply here.
All right.
Sounds more like you're looking for salvage rather than computer chip stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm re-rolling that. That's awful.
Yeah, that is a major failure. That is not good.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, critical success rule of threes. So you may add a new memory to your sheet to give yourself an extra +1. You can combine it with the memory you already have for this skill, I guess.
Okay.
To make it a +2 or whatever.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Yeah, you find some metal plating. Let me take a look at the picture of the. Let me take a look at the picture of the robot here. Where be? You would definitely find some like wires, probably mostly thin copper wires. There probably would be some kind of air canisters for its limbs, maybe. Maybe an oil container that you could empty to put other liquid in if you really wanted to. Let me see here. I still haven't found the picture of the robot. Here we go.
About $89.90 on the PDF.
It's doing that thing where it won't let me put something on the screen. It's fine. I don't need to. I just need to see it. Okay. Yeah, there might be some like pieces of glass too. You could probably get out of there. I think Narcissa already got the tools off of it.
That's fine. Just need a container, some metal bits, and some wire.
Yeah, you get that.
Cool. I'm going to take apart a couple of my bullets for the lead and make a makeshift battery. Gonna approach Diz with the mostly completed battery. Be like, hey, I need some of that rubbing alcohol.
What is it for?
Battery.
I apologize. I don't really know much about batteries. How is that going to work?
Well, you see the charge is going to go through the alcohol as it acts as a corroding agent on the metal. Well, that will generate the charge. It'll run from the copper plating or copper bits here to the lead. By doing that, it'll generate a slight charge. And connecting something, say, a wire to this makeshift battery and then running that wire to the wire outside up on the ceiling, well, roof, we could maybe get some kind of current flowing through it to speed things up a bit.
I mean, I don't see how it's going to work, but you can have a little bit.
You're hallucinating. It's really hard to keep a conversation going. As he starts to talk to you about this, like you get that first little interaction out. but then you slip into a real severe, real vivid hallucination. What was the nightmare like? This?
It was strange. No color. Just black and white. Always strapped down. Always something being put in me or taken out of me. And always people watching.
Okay. Yeah. We fade in on a black and white room. Cold metal table. Yeah, you're restrained to the table. I think maybe it would be implied that you're naked, but for the purpose of the scene, we don't see any nudity. Maybe we just see you from like the chest up or something. Your hands.
I could have like a cloth, basically like they would do on cadavers.
Okay. And there's probably a few wounds on you already. Nothing too crazy. But there's people in the room wearing medical equipment, masks, little visors that fold down over their eyes and face. And there's one person standing particularly close to the table with a smile on his face. A black suit, sort of like leather apron on the front, dark leather apron, and sunglasses, and a bald head, and he has blood on his hands, and on the instrument in his hands, which looks to be some kind of hook knife. Yeah, and he's grinning. Yeah, as you sort of like come to, he sets the knife down on the table somewhere below your vision, where you hear it clank, but also like the sound of it coming to rest against other implements.
Well, it's here again.
You didn't think you could really get away, did you?
I mean, there's always sleep.
This. Be honest. We both know that this is where you go whenever you close your eyes. Isn't it?
That has nothing to do with this.
You don't want to leave this place. Yes? It gives you a certain comfort, don't you think?
I bite my cheek hard enough to bleed. Do I feel it?
Oh yeah, you feel it. You feel the warm blood in your mouth, the taste of iron, the pain. You feel the swelling start as soon as like you lighten up on crunching your teeth down on the skin. It starts to swell something fierce.
Well then, I guess suicide is out of the options. Instead, let's try this. And I'd like to call upon the nightmare.
All right.
Ah!
You get a roll. You gotta make a special roll, right?
Yep.
That is a success. There's a 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does this look like? This.
I imagine I convulse a little bit as the shadowy snake comes out from me again, at least in the hallucination. and it sort of just slithers out onto my chest. And as it does, I say to it, "Get me out of here."
All right. As you do this, Silas's mouth opens wide, wider than it should. You probably hear the bones in his jaw snap and crack as his jaw unhinges like a snake, actually. Forcing its way out of his gullet, you see the limbs of a creature that sort of reach out first and then try to pry itself by pushing on his cheeks and the side of his face. And his body kind of wrenches in an instinctual pain. Underneath that, muffled by the thing crawling out of his mouth, he is just laughing with glee. I'll allow you to make a roll to see if your nightmare can pull you out of this, if it can wake you up. I think upon seeing his nightmare, yours might react defensively. Maybe it rears back, coils up, and hisses at it, or something along those lines.
The thing is, I'm trying to give this order to my nightmare in reality.
Okay. All right.
So sure, this happens in the hallucination because that's what would happen, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through to the real nightmare.
And you're saying for it to get you out of here, how badly do you want it to get you out of here?
Bad enough that I was considering getting out of there a different way. That is not good.
What is your body track right now? This.
It's at okay right now. Do I need to go down for the wound?
Well, I think your nightmare is going to have to cause you harm to wake you up.
Okay.
1 point of harm, so you'd go down one to beaten.
Yes.
No roll. I think you can just do that because you're ordering your nightmare to do a thing. It obeys. So that's what we get on the fade out of your first trip, is him cackling maniacally as the thing is forcing its way out of his mouth, and your snake doing the rearing back and hissing at it. Then we cut to the real world where Dank has just asked you a question, and we see the snake that you had tucked on your collar, right? It was wasn't it kind of hidden under your collar or something like that?
Yeah.
We see it reveal itself and latch onto the side of your face and bite you. It hisses like it was in the trip, like it was hissing in response to Silas's nightmare, but instead of the other nightmare being there, it's your face and neck, and it bites onto you, and we see blood pour out, and it quickly lets go as you come to. It's enough to sober you up for a moment. Your cheek, inside of your cheek, really hurts, and your mouth is irony and full of blood. You got this fresh wound on your face too.
Oh, well, that was unpleasant.
And Dank, you just saw that. Certainly.
Narcissa would have seen that too.
Yeah.
Do I see this thing?
Anyone paying attention would probably see this happen. Yeah.
Narcissa would be struggling against the ropes.
It's all right. I asked it to do it.
Dank is just completely unfazed by seeing this. He's seen Silas's nightmare countless times.
I think Liz really cares. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Caitlin.
Enigma, meanwhile, is just like, what the fuck?
Well, that was at least better than being stuck there again.
Stuck where?
Yeah,
Nightmare.
PTSD.
Oh my god. Does this mean that all of us are going to have these nightmares?
Oh no. I can't imagine that yours would be worse than mine, but they certainly won't be pleasant.
No worries. So anyway, can I have that rubbing alcohol?
I guess,
I'm
yes.
gonna need it.
Ooh. So I'll take the rubbing alcohol and dip the copper and bit of lead from the bullets in it.
And I'll start patching myself up.
Gonna hand it back to you after I get what I needed. Won't take much. And now on to Jeb. Hey buddy, I need a banana peel.
Say less.
This is why you're my favorite.
Oh yeah, you know what? Just in case, here's like 3.
Sweet. Alright, so I get the banana peels in there and that makeshift battery to act as a proper conductor, because if you know anything about covalent bonds, alcohol itself is not conductive.
You
That's very true. Usually you need something like I've heard of like the Baghdad battery they made with like citrus juice or something, and copper coil and.
Okay, now for the last part. Need somebody to pee in this.
Well, what a coincidence!
God, of course, Jeb.
I suddenly have to pee.
You suddenly have to urinate. All right, let me see here.
Roll to piss.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Roll to aim.
You don't need to roll for that. I don't think.
He should roll to aim. I want to know if he pees on somebody.
Gotta see what you're doing.
I would more have it be like, does he hallucinate in the middle of it?
Yeah.
No, you roll for size.
Stop!
Oh boy.
I don't like this anymore. Piss myself instead.
I
2d4s, what do you got?
just rolled some dice.
Oh, for what?
Because you're exposing bare skin, my guy. You will literally be tripping balls if this goes bad.
I put the gas mask over my mouth.
You put the gas mask over your bruh?
Because of the timeline, I don't think it's really appropriate for you to have a full-on hallucination quite yet.
That's fine.
But you definitely feel woozy. You hear a pleasant melody in the distance. It doesn't take over your focus too much. But it kind of, at first, maybe it kind of makes it hard to focus on peeing. Like, it's hard to get the water going, you know?
It's like trying to urinate in an elevator with music playing.
Yeah.
I kind of hum to the music, you know, while I'm peeing.
Oh god.
Okay.
No.
Narcissa, Dis. You're the only two conscious.
I'm
Something
ignoring
about
any source of tune.
yeah, but something about the tone. For you two especially is like. It's like when you have a song stuck in your head and then your friend starts singing it out of nowhere. You know, it feels really weird.
We're no strangers to love.
Yeah.
You know the rules, and so do I.
Yeah.
And this is how you rickroll an entire Twitch chat.
Good times.
And YouTube and everybody else.
Yeah.
All the things.
Never gonna give you.
It's working.
That's it for Broken, everybody. We did a good thing,
We
but
did
it
it.
was over once we hit there.
We did it.
Yeah.
We
basically.
won.
You guys beat the game. Congratulations.
All
You
of
got
your
Thanks,
characters
Obama.
Wake up in their bed.
you got
Oh my god.
you got the secret ending. All right.
The aptly ending.
I suppose you can, if you really want to, you can make a normal
No,
roll.
I was just fucking with you.
Just see how well you do, but sure. You pee in the container, no problem. I mean, you're a little woozy. You feel like you should sit down. You can also, like, you can hear your heart beating, which is really weird. It's really loud. It's also really warm in here.
I eat a banana and try to calm myself down.
Sure. He didn't wash his hands.
26.
Of course not.
It's fine. I've been through worse.
Let me do this. Enigma.
No.
You also start hallucinating.
No.
And Liz.
No.
It's like Oprah. You get a hallucination. You get a
Okay.
hallucination.
And Dank.
I don't trust it.
Okay. Dank, Dank and Enigma. You're in the same boat as Zach right now. Liz, you're kind of doing okay. Breathing feels a little stuffy. You don't feel woozy or anything. You don't recognize the sound of his humming. You feel like you're sweating a little bit, but you're not like dizzy or anything yet. Symptoms are
I've
just coming on
Been
for you.
through worse. I had my whole eye ripped out. I'll be fine.
I'm sure you'll be fine. All right. So you got the P for the battery, Dink.
Sweet. I essentially have a makeshift 12-volt battery now.
12
shit.
whole volts. That's impressive.
Yeah, man. Dipping the
That's so
conductors
much
for the battery in electricity essentially makes them function better because the alcohol removes a lot of the resistance. Urine and banana peels are super conductive for electricity.
Yeah. A lot of electrolytes in urine, it turns out.
Oh, it turns out there's a lot of potassium in it too.
I wonder why.
Because he's been eating nothing but bananas.
Put in perspective, I started out with 40, I'm at 26.
Jeez, man.
Potassium.
It's really going through those bananas. Okay. So you got a 12-volt battery. You can make your tongue tingle with that thing.
You would not want to put your tongue on this. It's got pee in it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I guess now the only thing left to do is climb up there and attach some wires from this to the cabling.
I guess the last roll you made was to salvage the thing, right?
Yeah, do you want me to make another roll for putting
Yeah.
the components together?
Yeah, I mean, not that you can't do it, but you got a plus
Just to
2.
determine effectiveness.
Yeah.
Okay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And hey,
That
You
Jesus.
make that a
fucking
plus
kidding
3.
me?
2 crits in a row for Dank.
What the hell?
I have been blessed by RNGesus.
Fuck you, Silas.
I truly am.
Yes.
All right. You got a functional 12-volt battery.
Sweet.
What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna get it all nice and sealed so I don't drip urine on me while I climb up the side of this car.
All right. And what are you doing with it at the top of the car?
I'm running some copper wiring from it to the cabling to get the charge going into the cables.
Okay. And you're going to connect it onto the sort of exposed wire that draws power from the rail.
That's right. And then I'm going to duct tape it to it so it remains stable in case we end up moving again.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, duct tape will act as a good insulator to keep the current where it needs to go. It'll melt a bit eventually, but hey, it'll last just long enough.
Okay. Let me see something here. Okay. So when you do this, once you get it all set up, you see like a spark jumping from the rail to the open wire that sort of serves as like an antenna kind of deal. Basically the power. It sparks a couple times below you, and for those of you in the train car, you see the lights flicker for a moment, then they come on, but they stay dim. And you hear a voice over the intercom.
Drawing power.
What?
It was the
Drawing power.
Yeah, Europa voice said drawing power. It's all glitched out. The lights stay on, but dim. They're almost like the emergency lights that were on when you guys first impacted. You hear something turn over in the car, and up where you're at, Dank, there's like a slight lurch as it seems like the tram tries to move. It moves like an inch or two, maybe a couple inches, and then it stops again. You do hear, you can hear in the side panels of the car underneath what you're working on. You hear maybe some fans turn on, the slight hum of electronics activating, and you also hear the announcement over the intercom from out there too, I would think, even with the wind blowing the way it is.
Sweet. Progress.
Yeah, for sure. And there's, after a few seconds, there's a follow-up announcement.
We know Fixer has been dispatched to short in the rail system.
That is
Sweet.
fucking terrifying.
Well, guess I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Narcissa just wakes up and screams, "What the fuck is this?"
She hasn't been sleeping.
Oh yeah, because nobody's ever done acid on the London Metro.
Dude, what do you mean? I'm on like 7 tabs right now.
What the fuck, Dank?
Serious. Try it, man. It'll change your life.
That was way too specific and accurate.
That is a really good way to spend an afternoon.
I would not recommend doing that, guys.
Okay, for all the viewers out there, disregard that previous statement.
Sounds like a great way to end up in jail.
I mean, if you're going through Stainsbury, you're fine. No one gives a shit there.
Dank.
Well, it's true. This is useful real-life knowledge.
Stop.
Hard-won.
No.
Get somebody
Useful
arrested.
real life knowledge that you, the viewers, should definitely try. at home.
No.
I am not endorsing that.
Zach.
That's not my legal name. You don't know it's
That
me.
sounded like a lot of bras to me.
Yeah. Okay. So you got some kind of message. So it sounds like Europa's trying to get something fixed on their end, maybe. You got
Tell me
semi
Europa.
power for the time being. You've activated some power. Some power is being drawn. What are you guys gonna do with that?
All right, Jeb, I'm gonna need a lot more urine.
Man, I already emptied the tank, but it just happens. I have to pee again.
I was about to say,
I
I
drink a
do
lot of
have
water
26
before I get
days worth of water rations.
Ooh,
Sweet,
man.
we can make more batteries.
Yeah, we could always just make more.
We have all of the things.
Are we like out of alcohol?
I barely had to use any to dip the components.
Oh, dude, easy.
Okay, is that the plan? Are we gonna try to keep making an infinite amount of batteries until we get the train car working?
I mean, it might speed things up a bit.
I feel like it's gonna take a lot of 12 volts to power a train car. Like full.
Yeah, but we're not going for fully, because then we'd all die of dehydration.
Okay, sure. You can work on another battery.
We should just have a communal piss bucket.
It's really starting to smell in this train car.
It would smell on the ceiling of the train car, because that's where all of it's going.
It smells like piss and bananas.
It smells like asparagus in here.
Yeah, I mean, it would
I
honestly
don't remember
smell
having
a lot more
asparagus.
That's just what pee smells like.
given the fact
not.
that it is led an
Um,
exclusively banana diet,
It really does, though. Tell me
Exclusively.
why.
if you're like asparagus, you need to get
You
a
need to see a doctor.
you need a priest. Forget the doctor.
You not seen that episode of George Lopez where Max pisses himself and he's having a good dream and then he's like, why do I smell asparagus?
No,
Pissed
I do not.
himself.
No.
No.
That's a whole ass episode, I swear to God.
We're not doubting you. We just never watched it.
The
Yeah.
only thing that makes your pee smell like asparagus is eating asparagus.
Yeah.
If you're not eating asparagus and your pee smells like asparagus, get help.
Alright.
Psychological, physical, mental.
Spiritual.
The above.
That's the one I missed, yes.
Alright. Jeb. Your boy Jeb. You're able to go pee again. It's probably been a little while since he made the last battery. It would have taken him some time to make the battery, to get it hooked up on top of the car. Maybe in total it's been like an hour. No, again, you don't have to roll for the peeing. But something happens when you get done. You pee in the container, whatever. You hand it back, and you go to zip up your pants.
Please
Oh.
my dick don't get
Oh
caught.
no.
have you ever seen that movie, There's Something About Mary? I think that's the movie.
No.
I think that's the movie where you zip up your pants, but you zip it up with something still in the way. You know what I mean? The pain is alarming at first, because you get the zipper all the way up to the top, right? Like it goes around the obstruction and continues.
No,
and
that's not possible.
it shouldn't be, but he zipped up really fast. You know, he thought it was coast was clear. He pulled up really hard on the zipper, so there's a lot of blood. But that's not really the most alarming thing. The most alarming thing is what happens afterwards, because something falls off, and there's a splat as it lands on the ground. Then, stay with me. Don't take off yet. Don't take off yet, Zach. Stay with me. Trust me. It's going to be worth it.
I'm fucking walking around my room right now.
Stay with me on this journey, okay?
I'm with you. I don't like it, but I'm with you.
I need you to be engaged until I get to the end of this. All right, so something falls off and lands on the ground with a splat. There's a bunch of blood on the floor of the train car, along with what fell off. But what catches your attention is movement, where it fell off from. And as you look down, you see these a bunch of these little tendrils. Is the best way to describe them. Hooks coming out of the opening in the zipper, and they're sort of just like reaching around all over the place, like trying to find purchase to grab onto something. Some of them are grabbing onto the outside of the zipper, onto the outside of your pants, and it hurts. It's very, very, very painful. I need you to make a stress test for violence.
Okay, he's having the John dies at the end acid trip.
Here's your DC.
Hold on.
I rolled low, so...
I'm halfway across my room right now. Just give me like 1 second.
The trauma.
What am I doing?
Look
is this
at the
contested?
chaos.
It's a stress test against violence, and it's contested. I rolled 10. I rolled pretty low. I rolled 1 3, 3 2s, and a 1. So
10? Huh. Easy. I have response to violence.
that is a 9.
I would like to use an influence point to re-roll one of those 2s.
Okay, reroll one of the 2s.
Should be.
Also, I didn't think you could have added additions to responses to stress.
Shut up, Wolfy!
That's true. We did agree on that. So you.
I mean, that's fine.
You-
I mean, I could completely re-roll this.
You agreed to a couple of them, though.
I did because
I think he agreed to pre-existing ones, but we decided that before we made these characters.
That is true.
I can make a re-roll. I wouldn't mind.
All right, reroll. Reroll with 3 die. Okay.
I would still like to. I mean, it's not. Even if I re-roll 1 dice, it's still not gonna catch up. Actually,
Yeah.
I can.
Well, you can re-roll all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll all of them. How about that?
So spend the
That's
influence.
not better.
point.
That's not better at all.
No.
At least it doesn't immediately get you really bad results.
So I'm out of influence points.
I'm gonna spend an influence point for him.
Okay.
We can't re-roll his dice. We can only re-roll Ramblin's.
Yeah, well,
Our own.
re-roll some what do you get? Is that a 3 in there?
Yeah.
There's one
2,
in there.
3, 2.
We would literally have to make them all be 1s for him to be met.
No, but I'm doubling him right now. So if you can even bring me down by 1 point, it won't hurt him as badly. Because if
Yeah.
not, he's going to go down 2 mind steps.
Yeah, that's the goal. Re-roll that 3, please.
All right.
Turns into
Or
a
watch it
4.
be a 4.
2. You brought it down by 1. That makes it a 9.
There we go. Oh, thank
My
goodness.
fucking god.
So
There we
Jeb,
go.
you go down 1 mind step to stressed.
Mhm.
And yeah, you snap back to reality.
Well, there goes gravity.
Yeah, exactly. And there goes your zipper. It is
It is zipped up correctly. You're not harmed at all. It was all a dream.
I immediately drop to the floor and see if my dick is there.
Yeah.
You find only banana.
Yeah, there's a banana peel on the floor. No, like you check yourself out, you're fine. You're not bleeding. You're not hurt at all. Man, that was weird, huh?
I look at the
Yeah.
bananas and I say, I think I should take a break.
Need to lay off the hard
It's not me, it's you.
Oh. I don't like that. How much piss do you need?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Too many more batteries isn't going to make that much of a difference. After seeing you go through, like, the worst trip possible, just watching your facial expressions, I think we're good.
What are you rolling?
Oh.
Stop rolling.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. What are you guys doing?
Narcissa has been watching Enigma. What has Enigma been doing?
My dick fell
Not
out.
tripping out,
yeah.
that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, Enigma's just been like, I'm ignoring all of this piss nonsense. I'm not getting involved in it. Absolutely not. I'm just gonna sit back here and see if I can kind of meditate. Maybe that's gonna lessen some of these effects here. Just kind of not focus on it, release it into the world. Like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm gonna try and do what I can, kind of mentally, to not go there.
Just meditate
All right.
and accidentally open your mind to the nonsense.
I tell you what,
I'm scared of
Enigma.
that, yeah.
I just rolled for the next person that I would be rolling against. That's why you guys were like, oh, why are you rolling right now? So that would be, I'm going to apply that roll to you. And what I'll let you do is you got something like any skills for meditation, or you can make a new memory right now. And you can do a contested roll against what I just rolled. You don't know what I rolled.
Doesn't making a memory auto succeed?
It would auto succeed, yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah,
People
I'm
keep
gonna make a
forgetting that.
memory, thanks.
All right. Now, something I haven't really been too strict on you guys about, just make sure when you create new memories, it's a little bit different with crits, because they can be sort of anything. When you make a new memory, like what Gerblin's doing right now, it has to fit the theme of your class. I forgot what they call it. Habitat. So remember, depending on what class you all are, your memories are themed differently. Just try. In Gerblin's doing a homebrewed class. I hope I included it in the description for the class, how it's supposed to go. I think I did. But it would be that kind of memory. Do you know what it would be, or do you have an idea, or do you want to save it and write it in later?
I'm probably gonna write it in later.
Okay.
I have some ideas, but I want to make sure I'm writing this correctly.
No problem. So what you can do is go ahead and put the memory in as a +1. You don't have to fill out the description. But I guess it would be either to like meditation or calm mind, or whatever you think might be the skill most appropriate for what you're doing right now.
I think I'll go with like calm mind.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, and then you can write in the actual description of the memory later. So it's automatic success, and it doesn't. You feel like you are able to calm yourself down. You're able to regulate your breathing. Once you've got a focus on that, you realize that you don't feel so overheated. Yeah, I mean, you managed to like stabilize yourself for the time being. Basically, it's not progressing forward, and you're not hallucinating. You feel like you could start giggling if you let yourself. But you're pretty zen, so you managed to hold off the effects of it for now. And I'll let that apply for a significant amount of time. I'm not going to roll on you for a little bit, at least.
Sounds good.
All right. Now, Zach, are you still with us? I know it's 10:45, and we kind of started late tonight.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm vibing.
All right, you good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Enigma is meditating. What does it look like? As you're catching a vibe.
Sort of sitting in the back, has kind of actually sat themselves down and it's just kind of head tilted forward, eyes closed. Not necessarily anything super overt. It probably looks like they're taking a nap.
Okay. All right. And Narcissa, you were looking at Enigma to see what they were doing?
Yeah.
All right. What are you and Liz up to? Or what are you up to? And then I'll ask Liz what Liz is up to, I suppose.
Well, apart from keeping a loose eye on... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say being restrained and watching it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Well, she's probably also keeping like a loose eye on Dis to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you want to do like a medical check on him?
Yes.
I feel like his wound is pretty visible. You make a roll. So you get a +1 to that skill. If you know what the memory is, you can go over it now. If you've already got a memory there, obviously this would be the chance to add on to the memory, so like more detail to it or make it longer, whatever.
I would have no idea. I would probably need to add later.
Okay. No worries. You can tell exactly what Dis's mechanical condition is. That you can see that he's beaten, so he's been wounded by his nightmare. You probably get a decent idea from how well you know Dis and the expression on his face of what's going on mentally. Also, you're suffering the same effects, so you can kind of see him going down the road of symptoms that you've already gone down, and it looks like he's right behind you.
Did Dis tie up her legs or did he just tie up her hands?
Whatever you would have asked to do.
I don't know if she would have thought to ask for her legs, so I imagine her legs would probably be loose. So she's probably like using her feet to try to like hook him into the chair next to her, make him sit down.
Yeah, as you're doing that, we see Silas like sitting beside you, and he's going, yeah, that's it. Get a hold of him. Maybe you can push him out the door.
Under her breath, she's like, piss off.
He kind of grins and sits back and watches. Yeah.
Like, she actually says the word, but it's like under her breath.
Yeah. Nobody else can hear Silas for the purposes of this.
Alright. But she's trying to get Dis to sit down.
Dis, what are you doing?
Kind of just standing there, I suppose.
Do you sit down?
Nah.
All right.
He's
Liz.
kind of
Go
Yeah, he's
ahead.
kind of out of it at the moment.
Okay, fair enough. Liz, what are you up to?
She's gonna kind of walk towards the edge of the tram and just kind of shout up at Dank, do you need some help up there?
Yeah, I think I've got it. I was about to climb back in, actually.
Just
Well,
before you do that,
oh god.
Dank.
No, no, please, God.
Yee.
I'm making sure he's tied to something. Myself and the chair.
Okay.
I don't fucking
Right.
trust it.
Would you like to climb back into the train car, Dank?
I have water in my rations, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you all do. You pulled quite a bit of water from the emergency supplies in the train car.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna like poke a hole in a water bottle and like rinse myself off a bit, and then climb back in.
All right, you're rinsing off the suit just in case you got any extra spores on it or anything.
Yeah, I don't want to bring additional spores back in.
Yeah, makes sense.
My dude, we have shot holes into this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Those-
don't think that does
We-
much good.
you
Plug
did.
those with banana peels. We did.
Okay.
That happened.
All right.
I don't remember that, but okay.
No, it's
It's fine.
canon. It happened. It happened.
It's fine. I mean, you're still opening and closing the door, or the door's wedged open.
Yeah,
I
the
can't-
door is open at the moment.
I can't remember if it was wedged open because it broke.
You said it was broken open.
We
Yeah.
got it to shut. It's just the track is all messed up, and you have to manually open and close
No,
it.
we opened it again, and he said it was broken open.
Oh, damn it. Can't have shit in Detroit.
You keep opening and closing it after it was like off the track, and you forced it several times. It's what happens.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It's also made to be electronic door, so it's not really meant to be forced open by hand. You know?
We don't
A
have
lot
nice
of
things to begin
electronic
with.
doors
Yeah,
have
you right.
no.
Alright, so what happens when he tries to climb down?
Nothing.
I'm curious.
Nothing happens. Your breathing is irregular, Dank. You probably notice you're a little bit out of breath. You feel a little bit warm. Yeah, you feel a little bit of a head rush, but you don't hallucinate. You don't flip out and lose your cool.
Fondly reminiscing about the time me and the boys tripped shrooms while having malaria on the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
Yeah. that sounds
Huh?
that sounds awful.
Christ.
Vaguely specific memories.
Okay, yeah. You managed to keep it together. You climb back in, no problems.
All right, yeah, I'm definitely going to attempt to shut the door.
You guys saw him climb out with a bottle of pee, and he climbed back in soaking wet. So there's that.
I don't
Listen.
smell like pee, though.
You live your best life. Alright.
All right, so I'm gonna try to like close the door and then duct tape it.
Okay. Make a roll to force the broken door closed again. It's gonna have to be a really good roll. I'm thinking at least a savvy success.
What if someone helps him close it?
Well, it'll still have to be a savvy success, but it'll give him an extra dice if you help him.
Liz will help.
All right.
Can I apply my mechanics to making it close better?
Sure.
Okay. Moment of truth.
You need at least 2 4s. All right.
Hey, look, 2 4s.
All right.
You're
you go.
welcome.
Yeah. So there's like some creaking, and you're pretty sure you hear a piece of metal snap.
and like you strip a gear or something in the door, but you get it closed again. It's off the track now, so there's a definite gap there. But like you said, you're gonna duct tape over all the seams anyways. You could definitely do that.
Ain't nothing duct tape can't fix.
Yeah.
How big is the gap?
I'd
Big
say-
enough you have to mind it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean it's probably an inch or two. Nothing that duct tape won't cover up.
So how are we getting the hell up on out of here?
This is the fun part where we hurry up and wait.
I was about to say, didn't the weird robotic voice say that they were sending out another fixer AI?
Now, how far away did we get from Nineveh?
Very far.
Couple hours.
Very far.
We're all going to die.
We're all going to trip.
I think we did point it out on the map, but it's been a while since we've looked at it. Let me see if I can find. Okay, yeah, we did. Let me pull you guys over here so you can see. Okay. So I think the end of the yellow line is about where we're at right now. We're going to here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you about halfway, maybe somewhere around halfway. Close to the end of the Torus. Yeah.
Which is great that we released all these effing spores into the Torus.
Yeah, that's gonna be great for the local communities.
Eh, it'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
They're not in a thing suspended over the entire place where they could jump out at any moment.
I mean,
Not our
Fallout.
sharks, not our monkeys.
Yeah. Yep. So. Here, I'll bring us back over to the other map. Alright. So you got the door sort of wedged closed. What is the plan now? We're just gonna sit here and wait?
Well, I did things. It's time for somebody else to use the brain.
It's fair.
No, I'm out of piss.
You also thought you sent your dick off. I wouldn't be up for doing much if I hallucinated that either.
My dick fell off.
Yeah, I'm currently trying to remain fairly stable so that if I do have to get injured again to get out of there, that it's not going to kill me.
Yeah. That's fair.
I imagine Narcissa is still playing footsies, trying to get him to sit down.
Well.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to sit down right this second.
Well, until he gives her like a flat out no. She's probably still gonna do it.
I want to give you guys all time to try something if anybody has any ideas. If not, what we can do is, say, skip ahead some time, maybe an hour or two. I will roll for everyone. I'll tell you that now. Everyone who hasn't been affected already, I will roll against you all again.
Hallucinations.
How so? Okay, here's a question.
Hallucination.
With sharing the burden, it says that effect lasts a short time. How short?
I would say, let me take a look at it. I would say probably at least a scene. At the very least. So it could vary, right? What I'll say is, if we're going to skip forward, that'll be, it's kind of be the same scene. Let me take a look at it. Let me take a look. That's not rolling. I'm setting my dice down.
He's got us all paranoid now.
Let me see here.
It's not paranoid if they're actually out to get you.
Touche.
I'm gonna have to find it first.
I have it right in front of me if you'd like me to just read it to you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
Vagabonds of the Collective have developed the ability to share their benefits or detriments with those of their choice around them. While this is particularly strong and useful ability, becomes lost in its becoming lost in its tempting, and losing oneself becomes a collective. I don't know. Not the point. When you would like to share the effects of a single positive or negative memory with creatures of your choice within your perception, make a special roll. Success means your ability to share the memory's effects works for a few moments. The failure means it does not work, etc., etc.
Okay. A few moments would be like not
A test.
Play test, is that what you said?
No, A test. Thing killer.
A test. Yeah. Basically. Like if we were in combat, it would be like everyone for maybe one turn. Few moments. I would say a few minutes. We'll say 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, I think.
Okay.
I have a question. It might be a really stupid question. But
Okay.
I'm not a mechanic, okay? How much like electrical impulses would we say Liz's eye holds?
Ooh, that's a good question. Seems like it would have some kind of power source.
To be fair, the human body does run off less electricity than a 15-watt light bulb.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is a biomechanical eye.
Yes.
Right, but just taking into account that it probably does feed off of her bioelectrics to keep itself powered.
It might have a battery if it has
That's
more
That's
abilities.
also assuming that she don't have more other biomechanical things inside of her body.
Yeah,
Right.
she may have enough that it can't run off of her.
I would think it has a significant amount of power in it. So probably some kind of battery or power storage of some kind. I don't think it's going to be enough to power a train car, a literal bullet train. I feel like that takes quite a bit of power.
Well, yeah, but with the already, 12 watts that we have up there,
Yeah. I like 12 volt battery. I don't think is going to be enough to power a train car either. I mean, a 12 volt battery is going to power something like an alarm clock.
Yeah.
We need about 1,500 volts to power a bullet train.
Well,
Yeah,
I
we're
tried.
not getting that. Yeah. The only thing we might be able to do with that would be maybe get like a call to them back, but that I don't know.
Yeah, I would say that something like that is a good way to look at it. Yeah, get a communication out potentially.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Now you're going to be deactivating your eye to do that. That's going to impair you physically. So you would probably have a penalty to some rolls, I would think, until you get the eye back up and working.
But better that than death.
The way I figured was she'd take it out, like disconnect it long enough to where she can get a communication out of, hey, we're stuck. Someone come help us. And then, you know, give the location of where we're at and then put it back in.
It might just drain the battery for a while.
Wait, don't we have communicators or something?
You do.
Yeah.
Do they still work?
They haven't stopped working, I don't think. They're not
So
they're not connected to the train or anything, so
Yeah, but I mean, you could still
Dope.
reach out to somebody.
you
Use
could.
that then.
Yeah, you could like send out an SOS to anyone within range to listen. That is something you could do.
Within range.
Well, I mean, you know, that's true. They can kind of send messages like across Nibiru. Like that's something we've seen done. Particularly if you're in like a hub where there's like Wi-Fi, basically, right?
Oh yeah, Space Australia has Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Now let's see if it works about as good as Australia's.
I would think you can use them to send out a communication to whoever you want to send it to. Or you can put up like a emergency distress signal or something like that.
Help wanted.
You should put out a freaking Craigslist ad.
But if we put out a
Location,
distress
Torus
signal,
corridor.
we don't know who's going to come and pick us up.
At this point, does it matter?
Pirates need not apply.
So my question would be like, are we sending a coded message that only Enki could decipher, for example? Are we sending the message to someone with Enki specifically? Are we sending it to Europa or Nineveh? Are we just putting out an SOS for anyone like in the Torus to hear us or whatever, or like anyone in the whole region? Like, what is the plan here?
DM Silas.
Does Dank like say this out loud?
Door stuck.
So, if the plan is to DM Silas, my next question would be, how do you think Silas would respond to you asking for help that you've screwed up and you're trapped on a train car and your mission can't be completed?
He's gonna try to kill us all.
No, to be fair, it's not our fault there was weird fungus on the line.
But he's gonna look at us like, why can't we get ourselves out of it?
That's fair.
Yeah, like you're big, strong Enki Covenant agents. You should be able to take care of yourselves. Why do I have to keep coming in to clean up your mess? This is why I sent a group of you. You should have accounted for this.
Fair enough.
You risk
Plan B.
You risk our whole mission if I have to come and bail you out. You know I don't like to be exposed out in public. Like, I don't want people to know where I am and all that kind of thing. If you're asking for him directly,
Probably not a good idea.
I mean, you can do it. I'm just saying there might be repercussions for that.
Yeah, it would
It's a
make
choice
us
you can
look
make.
bad.
I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do. I just want you to think it through and know the consequences.
If he openly puts it out, Narcissa would like put up all these points. And also stress the fact that he will most likely slaughter the entire group.
Okay, again, it's not my turn to use the brain. Someone else do something.
Oh man, it's right there. Like, Remember when I was saying details at the beginning? Like before we started, I was like, there's details that I don't know if you guys are going to remember.
Ugh.
You're right
Did
on the
anybody
cusp.
take notes?
If we're gonna send a call, why not call Europa?
What is she gonna do?
Yeah, because we already got Europa to send out another fixer bot. Gave us a really big hint.
I really have no fucking clue, Sam. I'm so clueless.
I'm gonna find something to do and search the unconscious guy. Again, probably.
Alright, you're going to search the unconscious guy.
I don't think we ever searched him.
I don't think you did.
No.
He probably has a death spitter on him.
Oh, shit.
He had really high quality gear, if I remember right.
He did,
Yeah.
The Nineveh people have very advanced equipment. I would say he's probably carrying like a pistol-styled gun, but it's just as nice as what you guys carry, so all the pluses that would provide. Light set of armor under his cloaks. He also has some Nineveh credentials. Something for him to hand over when he gets to the Dead Vaults to prove he is who he says he is, and that he's there to basically take over a shift for somebody. And some rations. He might have a couple days worth of rations on him. Some water. It's probably about it.
Okay.
Carries a picture. It's a drawing on him of a woman. In the drawing, she's holding up a basket. It's her from the waist up. She's holding up like some kind of woven basket. And in the basket, we see a bunch of pastries. And she's looking at the person drawing her and smiling. She's wearing like a finely woven silk hat and top, but you can only see part of the top because the basket is sort of blocking view.
Mm-hmm.
Got a bit of an artist on our hands.
I leave him with all of his stuff. He had enough with all of this. I ain't gonna steal nothing from him. Just figured I'd check. Which is what he proceeds to do to the entire thing. This is just gonna fucking turn everything over.
Yeah.
He's getting antsy.
Yeah. The bottoms of the seats are removable, and they have two straps on the bottom of them. They would serve as a flotation device. Let's see here. You've already got the emergency stash.
Yeah.
And I think you even tore the seat belts off, or was that something you were thinking of doing? I can't remember.
No?
I know we have the rope.
Yeah,
But
you got the rope.
We never removed the seatbelt.
Okay,
So.
maybe
Yeah,
it was
I
just
don't
We were
remember that.
talking about it.
maybe it was just
But we
brought up
never
and it
did
was
it.
never done.
Yeah, we were too high up for it to be feasible.
Okay. I can't think of anything else that would be in here. Yeah. You might find like an emergency escape hatch on the bottom that's closed. Maybe there's one on the top also somewhere in the compartment.
Okay.
Both are closed. They're not powered. They have like a pull handle, and it frees like a mechanism that locks it in place. So there's no electronic power on the hatches.
You telling me we could have used the hatch instead of like forcing the door multiple times?
The
But
hatch
I
is
think
like
the
one
hatch
of
would
those
then
used
fall
ones and it's
away.
permanently
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, the hatch will fall away, basically. Like,
No, that's fair.
yeah. And it's basically for like an emergency if it's falls off the rail and you can't get out through the sideway because of the way
And
it
you're
falls.
still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can kind of think of. I'm trying to help you guys out here, but I can't think of anything else that would reasonably be on here. If you got any ideas, if there's something you're looking for specifically, I can try to help you out that way.
No,
Oh.
he's antsy.
Oh,
Doing
ladder.
something.
Yeah, while you're looking, Dis, like while you're turning things over, maybe right after you pull up one of the seats and find the straps of the flotation devices on the bottom of the seat. We see you pull up the seat, and as this, we get a shot of you up close as you're pulling away the seat, and as the seat moves up and obscures you for a second as it goes past the camera. On the other side of it is black and white, right? So we see you pull up the seat, and all of a sudden you're like looking down at a table with all these tools laid out on it, all these torture implements. So like a lot of like different shaped, some serrated edges, some hooked, some that are just like long and skinny puncturing devices, right? Some probably like needle and thread kind of things. Some things that seem like they're meant to splay things open, like rib cages or whatever. Think like mortician's tools.
Right.
There's probably quite a bit of that kind of thing. And a few that are like hoses with plugs on the end of them. Needle injectors. Various liquids. And on the table, as you like look up from these tools, like you're not tied down. You're moving around free, and you can like, some of them have blood on them and stuff. And you look up the table, and you see at the top of the table is a person. You see the feet as you start to pan up. You see the cloth, and then you see it's you laying there tied to the table. You're looking at yourself with your chest splayed open. That is probably quite a sight to see yourself like that. I think it's going to be a stress test against the unknown.
Oh my god.
I don't think it's going to be quite as... Well, there's a little bit of violence involved too, so that might bump it up a little bit. I won't go too crazy with this one, though. I think 4d4 will be your DC.
Do you want assistance
All right.
with that?
Let me see. Oh, I forgot to do that. 8.
That is a tie. Makes it, breaks it, I guess. So you don't go down a step, but it's not good enough to snap you out of it either. You look up at yourself sitting at the table, and as you make eye contact with yourself sitting there, he's got like his chest splayed open, like there's this big wound on his chest, and then one of these devices like splayed his chest open. You can see the organs in there moving and shifting, his heart beating really fast, and he just starts screaming at you in visceral pain. Just starts shouting straight into your face. There's tears rolling down his cheeks, his mouth is spread wide, and he's just screaming in terror at you, terror and agony.
Ah, well now I know you're not me. I'm not that much of a bitch.
Hey, thanks for the raid, Live and Let's Die. Thank you guys for joining us. We're just playing some Nibiru TTRPG. Welcome on in. Grab a seat. Hope you guys are having a good night. You say I'm not a I'm not a bitch. He says, in your voice back to you, he says, please just end it. I can't take any more.
At this point, it'd be a mercy, and I'll go ahead and kill him.
All right. What do you use?
Whatever instrument's gonna be the quickest.
Rusty spoon.
Yeah, you grab the old rusty spoon. No, there's probably like a knife or a dagger kind of thing there, at least. You gonna stab him in the neck or heart or?
No, if he's opened up, I'm gonna slice one of his arterial veins.
Oh, okay.
In his heart.
Yeah, okay. He lets out a wince of pain. You see.
No, he wouldn't actually feel that.
Really? Yeah, on the heart. Okay. All right.
No, you don't have pain sensors there.
All right.
It's all in like the skin and the muscles and everything.
Fair enough. So blood starts to pour out. He probably bleeds out really quickly. And I would think in 20, 30 seconds at most. Yeah. His eyes flitter closed. And his panicked breathing stops. And now you're just sit here in the dark looking at your corpse.
Would that I could have done that before. Well, I guess this is a bit of a boring trip now.
The snake coiled on his chest starts to make its way back into his mouth as it slithers into his mouth and forces itself down his gullet. You see parts of it come out in his chest, where his chest is splayed open. And then the body lurches suddenly. You hear a couple pops and cracks, and he very quickly sits up on the table, breaking the restraints, tying his arms down, grabs a hold of your collar. His eyes are now black. They're completely black. And he grabs you by the collar and pulls you in close to his face, and he screams, now it's time to show you what it's like. And then the trip ends, and you're just standing back in the train car, breathing heavily. Maybe we get a slight jump scare moment at the end of it.
At least that one was less painful.
Yeah, you did good on the roll, so. Okay. All right. Ooh. Okay. Liz, what are you doing?
Not a great question.
Yeah. I don't know, I guess kind of observing the others, kind of seeing how far they've, gotten into the progression of things, of their hallucinations themselves, seeing if they're convulsing or things like that.
Yeah, who are you checking out first?
Probably Dis, because he's had the most so far.
All right. You look over at Dis, and he's eyeing you in a strange way. You see him looking at your weapon.
His eyes keep darting to it. He looks nervous. Really sweaty. You see his hands. Actually, make a check. Make it like a perception-y check. He has skill that would apply to that.
Yeah, give me just a second. There we go.
All right, savvy success. Okay, you see him reaching for something at his waistband. He's looking at you aggressively, and he's nervous.
I don't like it. If he looks aggressive, she's going to slowly but surely lift her gun, not pulling the trigger. She's just getting prepared for it.
All right. Everyone sees Liz point a gun at Dis.
I'ma get shot on accident.
I'd like to try and share Calm Mind with her.
Okay.
So that's just a special roll, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh,
Success.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So, what was your calm mind? That's your skill that you just made,
Mm-hmm.
and you're sharing the. Read it to me again. Read it to me exactly how it's supposed to work. I feel like I read it right to go for this.
On a success means your ability to share the memory's effects works for a few moments.
Share the memories effects. Okay. So that would give Liz a plus to, I guess, to calm herself down. All right. I picked up the dice I rolled already. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna re-roll. And I'll allow. This would be. This would be the thing affecting you guys, so it's only 44. So this is be what you're trying to beat, Liz. You can use an influence point to make me reroll it for. You get an extra.
The 4.
You get an extra die for Gerblin sharing the effects of the memory with you automatically for Calm Mind. If you have anything else that would apply to keeping yourself calm, something that might help you with like tolerance to drugs or anything like that, that would also apply here. And just so you know, Gerblin, as you level memories up, so let's say you get a +2, +3, you can share the full benefits. So you can actually add like 3 dice to people's
Is this a
rolls.
contested or normal?
It is contested. I'm gonna re-roll that 4 to a 2, so it's a 9. I got a 9.
Fuck. I am going to re-roll one of the ones.
You can re-roll both of them. You can spend an
I
influence.
will re-roll both of those ones. Ah! I didn't do it right. Hold, please.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that'll do it. Rolling D4, I don't think actually, when you just put
D4. I don't think it actually rolls a D4. Let me check. Does it? It does. Either way, you succeed because the next 4 would count, and that would put you over. Okay. So, here's what happens. We see Liz pull up a gun and point it at Dis, who is clearly not doing anything. Like, he's not reaching for a weapon. He doesn't really look nervous. He might look a little out of it because he just came out of his own hallucination. But we see Liz through Gerblin's perspective, through Enigma's perspective. Sorry. And Liz looks really nervous and twitchy, and the gun's shaking, and that kind of thing. And suddenly, Liz, you just realize that Dis isn't trying anything. He's not reaching around in his pockets. He's not even paying attention to you. He's seemingly lost in thought. And you feel, for a moment, you feel kind of foolish that you got so paranoid for a second there. But yeah, you're able to bring some sense to yourself. Stop the hallucination from going too wild.
At that point, she's going to put her gun away and then sit down in the chair and close her eyes.
Okay.
And just take deep breaths.
Yeah. Like, you were about to shoot him for no reason. Like, you were
This is some Lovecraftian bullshit going on.
Are you posting gifs of Lovecraft? What is that? Oh, okay. I see. All right. You sit back. You close your eyes. Good job, Enigma. You stopped a very bad thing from happening, potentially.
Yeah, no, you stopped a killing. Good job.
I was already
That was
wounded.
kind of the
I
point.
probably would be dead.
You never know. You could have got the upper hand on that. You never know.
Enigma's not far from Narcissa, are they?
I wouldn't think so.
Probably not.
Narcissa's gonna look at him and go, "Untie me, please." Like, as soft as it can. As soft as she can without being too... while still being heard.
Why?
We both just watched one teammate nearly shoot another. And I am strapped down, unable to do anything.
What do you think you're going to do if you're not? Strapped down, I mean.
Something's better than nothing. I can give you my scalpels if you're that worried. I doubt you know how to use them anyways.
Anybody just kind of quirks an eyebrow at that. One of those, like, you don't know me, kind of quick little eyebrow moves. I don't wanna. Me scared for everybody now.
You don't have to untie her.
I need to know exactly what you have planned before I agree to this.
Well, nothing right now. The situation's been nullified, but what if something else happens?
I don't know that stepping into a situation like that would have helped. As far as like a physically stepping in, you might have gotten shot instead.
And you care why?
We're all stuck in this mess together. And I like people. Just in
You
general,
chuckle softly
you
at
all
that.
are intriguing.
You consider us people. How amusing.
Yeah, Enigma just shrugs at that.
Okay.
We just lean back in our seat.
Okay.
Oh god.
Oh.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
All right. So, first things first.
Please, God. Please, God.
Don't worry, the first bit's not bad.
I don't trust
We just all die in a flaming ball of fire.
Probably.
Charlie just dropped off the rail.
Enigma, there was just something really kind of funny about that.
Oh, no.
Just about that whole
Oh,
interaction.
bitch.
Doesn't really strike you till the end of it. Although, I suppose you can use your calm mind and make a roll. It will be a contested roll.
It could go significantly worse if we do a contested roll, though, yeah?
If you lose that contested roll, I can guarantee it'll be worse. You don't have to do it.
I think I can handle a little chuckle for now.
All right. Dank,
Yeah.
you feel the effects hit you pretty hard.
Okay.
As you're like listening to these folks talking, you look over towards the window, and you see a skeletal hand resting at the edge of the window. The one you're right beside is right beside the door. It's also accompanied by a beautiful melody that you hear blowing in the wind. Let's see if I can get this working right. No, it's supposed to just stop the other thing. There we go. It's not really necessarily the melody you hear, but why is the wind not working? There we go. That was weird. I don't know why it stopped it. All right. So you look over towards the window and you see a skeletal hand on the window. You hear a knock from the other side of the cabin, and you look over towards the sound, and you see another one on the window across the cabin from you. This one is giving you the middle finger, Dank. Shooting you a bird.
And it's just like a skeletal hand flipping me off.
Yeah. Just like sticking up in the edge of the window, just flipping you the bird.
Screw you, you're just mad because you're dead.
Okay, yeah. Sure. And that's when you hear the sliding door start to move. As something grabs a hold of it, starts to wedge it open and pull it open.
Okay, I'm going to pay really close attention to the sound of that sliding door opening. What exactly do I hear?
Well, you hear the music get a lot louder, and boy, is it beautiful. It's so beautiful. The other thing you hear is scrape of metal, the sound of the door being ripped off the track, the tape being torn up as the door is forced open from the outside. You'll probably hear a couple things snap, like some gears straight up just be stripped and broken if they weren't already. And then as the door is wedged open, light pours in to the train car. Beautiful bright light. This bright white bluish light that fills the train car. And that's when you see them for the first time. Those skeletal hands as they're wrenching the train car open. So wrenching the door free. And you hear them calling you, Dank. They're here to give you what you've been looking for. The answer to all your problems. The real truth underneath it all. The true purpose of Nibiru, of Europa, of the Enki. It's all here. And these two beautiful faces who peer themselves into the door, into this opening that they've created, they're your saviors. You all see them. You all experience this as the music picks up for all of you. These two, you see the skeletal hands wrenching the door open, and then these two amphibian-like faces peer in with lights for eyes. They're sort of translucent, almost froggish, but they're huge. They're several meters across. And the hole is big enough for them to wedge the portions of their head and limbs into it. And that's when everything goes to shit. And we end tonight's episode.
No!
Fuck.
Oh god.
I didn't even get a save.
Damn, I was gonna try and use Calm Mind again use my thing again for you too. Like, fuck.
It's almost like this is not a hallucination.
Nah, it's a hallucination.
Wait. Are you ready for this?
I told you there was something out there.
Like, you know what my response to this is going to be, right?
Violence?
Incredible violence.
I hope it's violence, because that is your only way out of this, I would think.
I mean,
Like,
I still have my
fun.
snake.
Ain't no such thing as a free lunch, and I've got an MG3 with 2 spare ammo belts.
One of you is tied up right now, right?
I am
We
not.
can fix that real quick.
You're
I
all
am
Yeah, not for long.
You're all mad. You can't just fix it real quick. Combat starts now. If you want to do it, it's going to take you a turn to undo those restraints.
I'm okay with that.
But we'll pick up with all that next session. That being said, there will be no end of scene. So if you are down a memory step, a body step, whatever, it stays.
Oh my god. Oh,
I'm fine with this.
That also, you all do still get your 1 memory point and your 1 influence point you get at the end of every session. Make sure you guys mark that. It probably will come in handy next session.
I get extra.
Yeah. If you
I
followed your
also get
beacon,
extra.
yeah, if you followed your beacon, which I think Enigma did with the different abilities you used today.
And I did by getting injured.
right on. Yeah. I think quite a few of you did. Make sure you take your extra points for that stuff.
I am stressed.
And we'll pick up next session with whatever this is.
I knew there was some fuck shit outside. I knew it.
Welcome to unimaginable horrors beyond your comprehension. This is broken. This is a horror show, guys.
I love it. I love this fucking game so much.
This is why we all love
I
this
have
game.
so many goddamn memory points.
Yeah, same.
Good.
You realize I am going to unload on whatever the fuck these are. I don't care if I get negatives.
Okay, you're probably gonna need to. You're probably gonna need to unload on whatever these are.
Oh god.
They look
They're
pretty
gonna lose
horrific.
3 body steps immediately. I'm gonna spend 5 memory points to just mow one down.
Do you guys want to see what their full body looks like? Because you're just seeing.
Yes.
Sure.
Here.
Holy shit.
I really want Nayla to meet one of these and try to communicate with it.
The skeletal
Yes,
hands
I
make
do.
sense now, right?
Yes.
It's freaking Nibiru's version of an aboleth.
It kind of is. Yeah, it does. Like the back of the end of it definitely looks like an aboleth.
If we kill one, Narcissa better get to keep the fucking body.
Well, you might need that body depending on what you're gonna do with it. Or at least something from it. So these guys looking at them, let's see if I got a description for them.
We need
They're-
this
they're
on
part-
the other side.
They're partly transparent, like the center of their head where it's dark blue, that's see-through. You can kind of see like their brains. Their eyes emit light. They emit like a pale white, pale bluish light, almost like that light you saw in the darkness below the train car. They also emit sound, so they have this odd high-pitched noise, kind of melodic noise coming from them. I don't think it really gives you like proper description in the
Right.
okay, here we go. They hover gently like dancing specters. They make use
get
of
a new journal page next session.
they make use of a triad of articulated limbs. So they have 3 of the skeletal hands, and they kind of use them to pull themselves along. They also hover, so like behind them, all those tendrils are just like flapping out in all directions with the wind, and so they appear light, and they can fly or hover or something. They're almost beautiful, right? Like they're almost they have like a ghostly quality to them for sure.
They're gonna look beautiful splattered against the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see about
People
that.
are gonna throw knives, and some of us are gonna slice and dice, and some of us are gonna
Throw
blow their
hands.
asses up. It's gonna be great.
Well, we'll find out next time on Broken and see how you guys do. So, you guys have all gotten your experience for the episode. Let me do this. This is usually where we go over announcements. So we got a lot of new faces here tonight. So what I usually do is I put out all the links and shout outs at the end of the session. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, you'll see all these links down in the description down below. So let me start going through these things. So Gerblin here, who played Enigma for you guys tonight, has a Twitter where art is posted. You can see all kinds of art from like Urban Shadows, for example, which we played last week. Just all kinds of cool pieces. So go check it out. It's twitter.com/sketching space.
Get the full image of the icon.
Yeah. Let's see here. Zach, who played Jeb for you guys tonight, has a Twitch page. You can check him out, twitch.tv/TeamZack, where he's playing things like Grounded, Power Wash Simulator. What else are you playing, Zach?
Phasmophobia.
Did he might have had.
Let me look at my list, shall we? Grounded, Phasmophobia, Mortuary Assistant, Cult of the Lamb, House Flipper, Power Wash Simulator, anything.
Sounds like fun.
Content.
Check him out. He'll make you laugh. Let's see here. Maury, who played Narcissa for you today, if you like that portrait, this one right here, you can check out the artist's page on TikTok. It's tiktok.com/iOtakuhime. Let me put that in the Twitch chat for you guys there. You can go check that out. Also did the artwork for Cassidy, so the other team on the same show. Dank, who played Dank for you guys tonight, is our Paladin of the Beverage, and he needs rocket fuel to keep these things from wedging open the door.
He needs some hot piss.
He needs hot piss, right? He needs to drink something that's going to make his piss conduct electricity. So what you can do is go check out his GoFundMe, hook him up with some NOS. That should do the trick. NOS is pretty conductive. I feel like it's got a lot of electrolytes in it. Let's see here.
If anything would make you conduct electricity through your urine, that would be it.
Yeah. If you want to check this game out for yourself, this is the Nibiru TTRPG. You can check it out. It's made by Araukana Media. You can find their website here, araukana.com. You can check out their Twitter, twitter.com/Araukana1. Check them out. Give them a shout out. They made this game. It's pretty cool. And they're really super chill, cool people over there. They sent assets to us to use for like image files and stuff for the game. Like they're just really chill, cool people. They even did a giveaway on the channel. They gave away copies of the game. Super awesome folks. Also, our Discord is public now. So if you want to see all the incredible memes that were posted in the TikTok or in the Discord tonight, the TikTok, there was 23 things posted since the last time I checked the Chaos channels, and they're all memes. So these guys,
and they're all in response to what's been happening.
Yeah.
Always.
I believe I could reconstruct the fucking session if I just went backwards in this.
Yeah.
I rolled through it for a coworker of mine the other day, and I was just like, I know exactly what all of these are in response to. Oh no.
So if you want to be a part of that madness, you can follow that Discord link over there. Pop in the Discord, say hey, post funny memes with us, and laugh.
Please do.
Yeah, it'd be good to see you guys in there. Also, if you're watching on YouTube and you saw a lot of bruh sounds covering up words, or just like the sound cutting out for a second when someone said a swear word, and you want to see the uncensored, unfiltered version, you can do that on the Patreon. I don't even have the link yet. I don't usually post the Patreon link, do I? Let me see if I can grab. I'm gonna have to start posting the Patreon link. Here we go. So you can go to the patreon.com/ramblingmantv and you can check out all the unfiltered videos that are posted there. No editing, no intros, none of that stuff. Just how it was live streamed, basically. So you can check that out and get the unfiltered stuff. We're also eventually going to do like tiers, like add another tier for the Discord for patrons. And you'll be able to have like voice channels. You'll be able to jump in the channels where we plan the shows and like see all the lore posts and stuff like that. That'll be a thing. Give us a little bit more time. We'll get it going and we'll get it done right. For me, I'm Ramblin. You can catch me at twitch.tv/RamblingManTV. On YouTube, RamblingManTV. On Twitter, on Minds. On Rumble. On Instagram and TikTok and all the things. Patreon now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And everybody have a fantastic week. What's on the docket? We're taking off Unknown New Orleans this week. It comes back next week, next Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. Monday, we got Forest of Flesh at 6 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Pacific. And then, of course, we'll return with more of this next week, same time. We usually try to start by 8:30 p.m. Central. That should be 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific at the latest. Sometimes we're early. That's all I got. You guys got anything?
Nope.
Yeah, it's
Did I
better.
miss-
We're good.
Did I miss anything? Well, thank you guys for playing. You guys did awesome tonight. I think you guys are really good. I liked a lot of the hallucination scenes. I think that went pretty well. Thank you guys all for watching. Everybody have a fantastic week and a fantastic night. Love you guys. Take care.
And remember, those skeleton hands under your bed are actually real.
They're actually real.
God.
You're not just tripping on some weird fungus. They are real. Sleep well,
Sleep
guys.
tight.
Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
I hate you.